Hey, what's up, my little tattletales? Welcome to our double recap of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Real Housewives of Dubai. I told y'all I was jumping back in the reality TV game. Y'all, tell me why. First, let's say hi to everyone. Hey, Evelyn. Hey, Chocolate Red Lipstick. Ooh, all up in the comments. Thank you for joining the tattletales. That's right. Yo, I am addicted to Real Housewives of Dubai. That show is the show. And let me tell y'all something. Lisa Milan is what I had hoped for all the girls of Atlanta. I'm not joking. Lisa Milan had clout. We're talking about Lisa Milan from Real Housewives of Dubai, all right? If you are joining right now, I'm going to put a timestamp in the live for when we switch over to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So let's focus on Real Housewives of Dubai first, and then we can go to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Okay, if you're joining late, there'll be a timestamp in the description box so you can just jump to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I'll also open it up for callers. Lisa Milan is what I had hoped for all the girls in Atlanta. I'm not even joking. She had a cult following from College Hill. She had a little bit of clout, a little bit of fame. This is before reality TV got really, really big, right? And what actually happened? She was able to flip that into a handsome husband who supports her, at least in her business endeavors. And she literally just like transcended. She did better than everybody thought she would, but like we knew that she could. That's what I expected from the girls of Dubai. Again, I guess they just don't have her. That's what I expected from She by Sheree, that fashion show, right? To get things popping up. That's what I expected from Portia. Lisa Milan is married to who? And Portia's married to her granddaddy. That's what I expected from Marlo. Well, okay, I pull that back. Marlo been international, but still, you get what I'm saying. Like, that's what I expected. So, you guys, what did you rate Real Housewives of Dubai on a scale of 1 to 10? What's up, Rim? Hey, Paula, Evelyn, Lily, Chocolate Padilla. What's up again? We got Rabiuto. What's up? We have Latasha. Hey, Latasha. We have Janae. And listen, I thought it was a 10 out of 10 too. Wait, Company Confidential said 7 out of 8. I mean, listen, it wasn't the very best episode we've ever been, but considering what's going on with Beverly Hills, what's going on with Atlanta, who else is up there? Is anybody else on there? Out of the Bravo and Potomac, right? To me, and Jersey, they have the wealth, they have the opulence. I love the fact that everybody is still new. So nobody's performing for the cameras, because that's what's going on with all the other franchises, especially Jersey, right? When you get new people, everybody's been watching it for so long that people come in already performing, singing things to Teresa, going off of Melissa, telling Marge this and that. Everybody already comes out the gate swinging. Instead of it being like really organic, like, girl, just be yourself. It looks like Ayan and Lisa are definitely themselves. Caroline Stanbury, we don't have to talk about her. She is so dry. She was dry on Ladies of London, but it's funny to me for her to try to bring her London mean girl stuff that she does and don't nobody on Dubai care. Listen, Ayan and Lisa are the breakout stars. The other Caroline too, the only thing is, I think she's from Honduras, but then she says she's Jamaican. Like, girl, what are you? The only thing with that Caroline is, I feel like she really does like Ayan and Lisa. And in a normal day, she would be on their team. But I think when the show started, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think Bravo planned to make Caroline Stanbury like the Nene of the show, the anchor of the show. Now, I could have told them that's not happening because Caroline is dry. She is biscuits and tea, right? Biscuits and tea with no cream or sugar. But no, I could have told them Caroline can't anchor a show because even with Ladies of London, I think it was Adeline, rest her soul, literally stole the show. And she didn't even want to be the star of the show. But my whole point is, I feel like she thought Caroline Stanbury, sorry guys, was going to be Queen Bee. So she's trying to suck up and make sure she stays with Caroline Stanbury. And the thing is, she doesn't realize that, and nobody guessed it except for maybe the editing floor, that Ayan and Elisa were going to be the breakout stars, right? Hey, thank you so much, Rabiatu. Thank you so much for signing up to be a member. Gloria, what's up? What's up? Hey, Paula, thank you so much, right? Listen, Chanel is definitely performing, but I like her. I love Ayan. I think she's just like funny and she doesn't care. But I love the fact that even though she's funny and doesn't care and says what's on her mind, she's also really sensitive and a little conflict avoided. The way when Caroline didn't like her, she was like, oh, she's not coming to your fashion show because of me. The fact that Caroline didn't come to Lisa's fashion show, the fact that Caroline thought that her being there was going to make it fail, the fact that ain't nobody noticed she was gone. Also, I gotta say this. I think all the ladies are a little bit jealous on how Lisa and Ayan are the breakout stars of the show. Do you know why? Because I was on Twitter being nosy, live tweeting this stuff, right? And all the girls were going in on Lisa and Ayan and this and that and things they say and they're so rude and blah blah. And I'm like, this seems odd because Caroline, nobody said a word about. And Caroline literally dragged the one girl about her nose job from head to toe. She dragged Lisa. She dragged Ayan. She even dragged Caroline Stanberry. She dragged all the girls. Ain't nobody had nothing to say about her, but everybody's focusing on how toxic Lisa and Ayan was. Girl, just say you jealous. If you're jealous, just say so. You ain't gotta you ain't gotta lie to kick it. You do not have to lie to kick it. Listen, I agree. I don't think Ayan's acting. I just think she's full of energy too. I agree with you on that one. She's full of energy. When I say she's acting, you're right. That's not fair. She's being herself. And a lot of Kenyans have larger than life. I don't even think she has a larger than life personality. I think she's just honest. I think she says stuff. I think she knows she's being funny, but she's that type of person, like just like with Caroline, when she drags her, it's all good, right? And she's willing to like come together and be friends. Rim, thank you so much for the super sticker, right? No, I think Ayan has plenty of energy, right? She's East African energy with and East African beauty too. East African beauty. I was like, wow, East African girl. I mean, all girls from Africa, whether directly or descendants, are beautiful. But I was looking at Ayan like, wow, mama is so beautiful. And I love the way she stands in it. She's not trying to be what she's not. She's not trying to get a BBL. She's literally like, no, I'm on supermodel realness, and you gonna love this. And guess what? Everybody does. Yeah, she tells it like it is, and she loves herself. You said Ayan age shame. Honey, don't try older women with natural everything of real bodies. Do not try it. Do you think she age shame, Caroline? Do you? Or do you think she was just hitting Caroline where it hurts? I don't think Ayan age shames. I think that she knows that Caroline is very insecure about aging. And I don't care what y'all say. You look at Caroline's face. Caroline looks like she's storing nuts for Caroline got an influencer face. And as y'all know, I don't like influencers' face. I don't know why. Like, listen, the chin, the cheeks, the everything at once, the things that don't occur in nature. I mean, it looks fine in pictures, but in real life, when they turn to the side, what is everybody's obsession with having like a profile? Like your what's his name? Gatson from Beauty and the Beast. Remember the guy that had a crush on Beauty and was always going out of his way, and the town, all the girls would swoon over him? This is the Disney anime, Beauty and the Beast. All the girls would swoon over him, and he had that chin and that smile. Literally, half the influencers from the UK are obsessed with, well, and not the black ones, that's all I'm going to say, are obsessed with having chins like Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. Girl, let it go. Why do you want to look like a handsome man? Caroline Stanberry looks like a handsome man this season. Why do you want to look like a handsome man? Let it go. It doesn't even fit you. Anyway, but listen, I'm just saying. Listen, let's get into this episode, right? Because there's a few things. I had some notes that I want to. Yes, Gaston. Everybody, that's his name, right? Everybody is obsessed with looking like a handsome man these days. Why? And listen, I've been accused of having a strong chin. I have girlfriends that have a strong jawline, but it's not the same as that influence. Have you noticed, this is the last thing I'm going to say. Have you noticed between plastic surgery in the East versus plastic surgery in the West? For some reason, plastic surgery in the East is really big into making women look more feminine, making the eyes bigger, making the jaw softer, making the lips more poutier, making the cheekbones like more fuller. They lean in to looking making the nose thinner. For some reason, American plastic surgery aesthetics between 2019 and now is obsessed with making every woman look like a handsome man, making the jaws turn, make it like literally when you look at it, it's like we are morphing into handsome men. Even when people see guys that are putting on makeup that identify as men, right? But they're LGBTQ, they identify as men, but they wear makeup. Everyone's like, oh my God, like this girl's trying to look. No, well, that is true. But when you see it, it's like they are very beautiful men. And there's a lot of women that are trying to get that aesthetic. Why do you want to look like a handsome man? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it, right? She said Caroline is in her 50s when she knows she's 43. Caroline's only 43? Oh, okay. I thought Caroline was like 55 or 56. She looks well maintained for 55 or 56. Caroline does not look young for 43. And this is my point about facial cosmetic surgery that nobody wants to admit. You look at the Kylie Jenners of the world and you look at these young girls getting surgery and they'll be 22 years old and look like they're 35, right? Beautiful, but you look like you're 35. Plastic surgery ages the face. I don't know who told everybody it was the bee's knees to look like death becomes her, but plastic surgery ages the face. It's very rare I see somebody with a believable plastic surgery, but probably because every time they get surgery, instead of just being like, "Ooh, yes, perfect. You improved on what God made," and leaving it alone, they start going back and tweaking. And before you know it, they're walking out looking like Caroline Stanbury, talking about, "I have no wrinkles on my face." Girl, we know you also don't have any expression and you look like a handsome man. So when does this become a thing, right? Lily said a lot of those younger reality stars love to age shame. They be 25 looking 55. Do not try it. Caroline needs to Caroline got more than Botox. Now, we're not going to drag Caroline and the choices she decided to make, but I have a feeling that if Caroline was sans surgery, she would look closer to her age. I think she would. Or maybe not, because she is British and she is like aristocrat. And we've all seen the way the royal family looks when they're 43. So maybe not. Maybe Caroline knows something we don't know. All right. Listen. Caroline's face doesn't move, but it also, like, from the side. Why is your chin jutting out like a star from Beauty and the Beast? Caroline, I know what you look like. Why? And the thing is, Caroline's a pretty girl, a beautiful woman. So why? That's the one thing I don't understand. If you look like an elephant person or you don't like the way you look, do the surgery. But another weird phenomenon I see are people that I look at you and I'm like, you're gorgeous, and they're getting surgery. Anyway, enough about this sickness has taken over, right? Because let me tell y'all something. One day, all the plastic surgeries in Atlanta and in Dubai are going to be in jail, and LA, the ones on LA are going to be on death row. Anyway, let's get into this, right? The show. I took notes. Caroline's as dry as I remember. Now, that Atlanta's room, let me tell y'all something that I do like about Dubai, right? Dubai is a very conservative thing. I've been over there plenty of times. I actually don't care for Dubai myself because, one, like, the city's too new. Everything is in the Dubai financial district. All the restaurants, all the hotels, all the places, it's all in the Dubai finance district or by the Dubai mall. So if you're not going shopping, it's like, okay. And there's a little bit, but the city's only like what? When I went there, the first time I went there was like maybe 15 years ago. And the city's only like back then 80 years old. Maybe it's going on its 95th anniversary. Maybe the city was super, super young. I like cities with just like a little bit older. Also, there's a big wealth divide in Dubai. So you either have these people that are working in finance and they either bring their families, or there's a lot of single men in Dubai. And you know what? There's a lot of single men in Dubai, and a lot of the girls that are there are working. So if you're not a working girl, it's easy to settle down. But the thing is with Dubai, okay, fine, you meet a nice guy, you settle down. What is there to do? There's nothing to do there except to go to nice restaurants. And that's it. That's it. That's it. And go shopping. Now, that might sound fun to you, but imagine that's the only thing you can do. On top of that, that society, this is just my opinion. My opinion. I don't think that women are equal, right? And I know that's not a big thing because in America, you can say that women aren't equal either. America talks a big game. The EU talks a big game, but they have their issues with misogyny. But here's my point with Dubai. The women aren't equal, but if you're a foreign woman, you're even less than that. If you're a foreign woman, you're less than that. So I understand to visit and have a cool weekend, but if you're a foreign woman in Dubai, I just don't find it. I don't know. There's something about it. Maybe it's just, what am I saying? I was just there a few years ago. It hasn't changed. It's the same vibe. Again, if you're just going for a weekend in and out, it's cool. It's cool. But to live there, I don't know. But I do like the fact that they're actually showing you guys there's more to Dubai than the Burj Khalifa. There's more than Dubai than like going to the billionaire club. There, like the Atlantis underwater thing. There's big money in Dubai and real money. And with that money comes opulence. They literally do see like, wow, I've never seen this in my life. And no, I'm not talking about that hotel that looks like a cruise ship that everybody on Instagram's like, no, there's some real elegance and beauty and wealth there, and not just flashing money, but the fact that you see things you've never seen. So on that, fine. But to live there, I don't know how Caroline's doing it. I really honestly don't. It's a completely different culture, and I don't find it woman friendly. I can't even say that. I just don't find it. I don't find it foreign woman friendly at all. I really don't. That's my opinion, right? Yeah. Yeah, again, listen, I'm not going to get into like how Arab women are treated there because America, we got our own stuff, right? And it's their culture and whatnot. It's their culture. We talk about like, oh my God, you're dressed head to toe. That's oppressive. But I can't walk into a store in a bikini. I can't walk into a mall with a bikini on. The police will escort me out. Every culture has its own rules. So I'm not going to talk about that culture, but I am saying as a foreign woman in Dubai, and I've been there plenty of times. I've been there on girls' trips. I've been there with family. I've never been there like with romantic, which maybe it would be like a nice vacation, but like, I don't know. I don't know. But I was at Dubai 15 years ago before it was popping. Right? I mean, don't get me wrong, it always had the opulence, but now there's a whole bunch of people, and now like they're trying to change like their image, like, oh, Dubai. Oh, look, we're getting with times, you know. But yeah, but if you are a single woman and you're not working, there's a woman shortage there. There's a lot of beautiful women in the club, but a lot of them are working. If you aren't working, and they know who's working or not, right? They know who's working or not. If you're not working, you can literally find somebody with a cute coin to settle down with, but you'll be stuck living in Dubai. And then there's that social economic difference where all the culture is with the immigrant labor. They treat the immigrant labor like they are slaves. They really do. They use immigrant labor to build up things, but they keep them away from everyone because they look at them as like dirty and less than. And it's like, but this is where all the culture is. And there's no middle class in Dubai. You're either finance rich or super wealthy. Those are the Emiratis. They're the locals. Or you're immigrant labor and you're basically like slave labor. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying, right? Yeah, I'm just saying. Listen, it is what it is, right? Um, Listen, but it's not just Instagram girls that go and work. Dubai is like there there are people that literally, if you want them to be your girlfriend and they're not working, you are expected to keep a woman in a certain thing. Like, okay, if I'm gonna be your girlfriend, I'm gonna be committed to you. This is how much I need a month, and it's completely accepted, and you're not working. Again, it's a different culture, but just for a woman, I just don't think the society, and I don't think the society is made for single people. I think to be over there and really enjoy what Dubai has to offer, you need to be in a relationship, and I just don't think Dubai. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, I'm saying no, there's a lot in Dubai, but this is the thing. You have to sort through the trash, right? Because there's a lot of people over there, they look at foreign girls as playthings. And no matter how serious they think treat you, how much money they spend on you, whatever they do, they're always going to look at you as a plaything. So you have to keep your wits about you. You have to keep your wits about you. But if you can keep your wits about you, or if you don't mind playing, it's a great place to be. You know what I'm saying? It's a great place to be. Yeah. Listen, I'm not defending the US. We have our own problems. I'm just saying what I felt when I went to Dubai. Yes, we live in a glass house in the US, but I'm here to throw stones. So let's go. Okay, so listen, where are we? Listen, Nina and her kids, I want to get adopted. Caroline's kids are the same age as her fiance. Lisa Milan is absolutely beautiful. I loved how she dragged Caroline Stanbury, right? Caroline was a mean girl. That one Emirati girl, I don't like the way she talks to waiters. And even when she was like, my fries, make it happen, make it happen. I was like, yeah, again, this is another issue I have with Dubai. The people that have money there that are either Arab or Emirati, and I'm not saying all of them, but they have a problem with the way they talk to their help. They have a problem with the way they talk to people that are helping them and serving them. It just throws me off. I am so happy that Lisa's fashion show turned up completely. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the fact that Lisa's husband's so adorable. Again, like I said, this is what I expected the ladies of Atlanta to come from being on the largest reality TV show and the most powerful and popular reality TV show in American history. Literally, do you know how many homes you're broadcasted in? Do you know how many people see your face and fall in love with you? And you got the nerve to settle down with your granddaddy? You got the nerve to be dating a man in jail? The hell is wrong with y'all? The only person that's actually using Atlanta and Kenya, well, I don't know what Kenya's deal is, but the only person I see using Real Housewives of Atlanta for what it's worth as far as opportunities is Candy Burrs. And maybe because Candy got a really good team around her. I don't know. Kenya seems like, honestly, because she's actually lived her life, Kenya to me seems like she's in mommy mode right now. I think as long as she got enough money to take Brooklyn out to ice cream and they can go eat some steamed fish, I think Kenya's chilling. I really honestly do. Right? I just don't understand. It's not even the fact that they chasing African men. You chasing the broke ones. All the good, listen, have y'all been to all the good looking men in Africa? You got Tanzania, you got Kenya, you got Nigeria, you got Somalia, you got all these places with handsome men with a cute coin. And you sitting up there stealing stealing your co-worker's husband and bragging about you finally got your granddaddy to settle down with you. Girl, I guess, listen, I'm not one for reality TV. I don't want y'all in my business. But if I was, I would show you how to do this, son. I really honestly would. Like the business opportunities you can have. If you want romance or romantic, like, are you serious? It boggles my mind. I'm just saying. Yes, Ghanaian men. The men in Africa, pick a country in Africa, right? Amazing. Pick any country. And they got cute coins. And this is what not even that meanie. You got a married Dusty that literally you about to go bankrupt or you about to get sued by your vendors. He can't help you financially. And his wife is suing you for $100,000. Portia bragging finally that she got a 60-year-old man to marry her. Now listen, I know y'all keep saying 60s, middle age. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying 60 years old is when you start to slow down. You young, beautiful, 40 years old, and you literally had to bend over backwards and steal somebody else's 6-year-old man who we still don't know what he does. Listen, you saw that he just stopped faking like he works, right? He completely stopped faking like he's worked. And he's just like living the life of leisure. What's going to happen at the wedding? They're going to show him with the groomsmen looking at the markets on Google stock analysis, looking at Apple stocks with his phone with the phone upside down. Man, I can't. Listen, I'm just saying, I expected more from them. Sheree, you dating a convict. Sheree, you're beautiful. You have a beautiful body. What is wrong with you? You're funny. You're clever. You're smart. You're dating a convict. You're not even dating someone, and forget if they can't help you. You're not even dating someone that can actually give you advice or even a money infusion into getting She by Sheree off. And they can't even hook you up with anybody that can give you business advice. I don't know. I expected more. I expected better. Y'all, listen. Anyway, Real Housewives of Dubai, it's still early. We're going to keep reviewing it. Listen. When Amari said, quit playing Tisa. We do know what Simon Nabadia does. He's a professional scammer. Listen, with his putting up his ads for truck drivers. You got 2 trucks. I mean, shut up. But you know what? I get it. I get what happens in Instagram. It's a make-believe land. When you have millions of followers or even 100,000s of followers, it used to be that when you walked at your house, everybody in your community knew who you were, what you did, all this other stuff, right? Instagram and social media was good in the fact that it expanded our communities because a lot of us grew up feeling like we didn't fit into our communities. So it gave a chance to connect with others and make virtual communities. But the thing is with Simon and Portia, and with a lot of people, it's not just them. You put up Photoshop pictures that don't even look like yourself. It don't matter because out of the 30 people that might see you in a day, 300,000 or 1 million people saw your picture and think that's how much you really look like, right? It don't matter that Simon don't have anything. He put up an ad, so the average person is not paying attention. It's just like, oh my God, he's a businessman. Now, it might make you feel good because maybe on a larger scale, you think people are buying what you're doing. But to me, it will give me a lot of anxiety because I'm living a fake life with a fake face and a fake body. And I'm not talking about what the surgeon did. I'm talking about that new editing software. I'm going to give y'all the name to it. It's editing software that when you're actually moving in motion, you know, like when Portia be walking to the camera and swishing around and switching her hair and all this stuff, you know that there's apps that you can literally trim your body, make your butt bigger, and do all that in real time with the video. The people that know about that stuff know what it is. That's why we be looking like, girl, you just did. Anyway, let's go. Listen. Yes, listen. Oh, no, exactly. Where's his secretary? A boss millionaire, a billionaire. You not put ads for truck drivers. Do you know how many people were looking for jobs? And you put, anyway, let's move on to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, shall we? I believe we shall. Let's get into Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She's a professional Facetune and body, but it's not, I just can't even say it's her. There's a lot of people that do it. And the thing is, do what you like, do what makes you feel good, but goddamn, stop lying about it. It's like me. When I have my wig on, I'm like, yep, this wig is wigging. When y'all be like, Tisa, fix your lace is lifting. I'm like, shut up. Ain't no black people where I am. And that's a very much good thing because they not noticing that the lace is lifted. Only y'all, I don't care, right? It's like, what? That's like me coming on with like a lace front and being like, yes, this is all my hair. I grew it last week. It's just like, girl, stop it. It's just like, but y'all be dragging me. And guess what? I don't care. Y'all brokies can laugh about my lace all y'all want. I'm in the south of France. Anyway, I'm joking, right? Listen. Now, Glory, he didn't get hip reduction and lipo. It's the photo app where in real time it edits video. So even while you're walking, it gives you like, that's the thing that makes people's legs look 15 miles long and all this stuff, but it's real video. So you're like, oh, that must be, no, it's just, they literally, listen, get on Apple and go to body editing or face editing software. You'll see. Listen, right? Wait, this is, y'all, I'm talking about the long when I got the Princess Jasmine in. When I'm like, a whole new world. When I got the straight hair and the lace be lifted and y'all be dragging me. And I'll be like, shut up. Anyway, let's get into this, right? Here we go. Let's get into this, right? I'm going to start telling people. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's get into Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. First of all, when they were doing that sage cleansing at the table, you know my problem with Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I know I always got a problem with them. They are so disrespectful to other cultures. It really is. It's kind of like they're doing their little ceremony and y'all are sitting there laughing at the table. What is wrong with that, right? What y'all thought when my hair was parted in the middle and straight, y'all thought that was my hair? No, if y'all ever see my hair straight, it's a lace front. I don't put heat in my hair. I don't blow dry. I'm very, very, very tender-headed, as you can see. If y'all ever see me with straight hair, it is either a lace front or it is a sew-in, and I got a little leave out, and I don't even straighten the leave out. I'll just pull it into a ponytail at the end of the night so that my hair will flatten out, and then it'll be straight. If you ever see me with straight hair, it's some type of something, right? Listen. No, this hair is fine. I'm talking about when y'all see me with straight hair with the lace front. Yeah, it's always, well, if you see me with straight hair ever, it's a weave, it's extensions, it's a sewed in, it's something that ain't mine. And ain't nothing wrong with that. So listen, let's get into this. Hold on. So notes. Hold on. Let's see. Dorit has PTSD, right? They're very disruptive to other cultures. Erica is salivating at the chance of getting back at Sutton. I don't understand what her problem is. I will say this. Can we just have a talk about this? Krystal and Sutton are the same person. Krystal, exactly. Amari, I don't either. I put in some black dye into my hair a couple of months ago, and my hair is still like, it wasn't too bad, but it started breaking off, and I was like, I'm never gonna dye it black again, right? Because usually it's like that dirty brown y'all usually see, or y'all saw last summer. But I like my hair darker. But somebody put me on to beiging, which is good without putting any damage to your hair, right? Erica gets on my nerves. Listen, Krystal to me is so insidious. I see what the problem Krystal is, and I know everybody's just like, oh, Sutton's the crazy person. You know what I think's going on with Sutton? I think Sutton has been very abused, and I think she's mentally fragile. I think Sutton had a nervous breakdown. I'm not even joking. I think she's very abused. I think she's mentally fragile. I think she's had a nervous breakdown in the last, 3 to 5 years. I think she's just starting to have her voice. Now, do I believe that she said that stuff about her girlfriend's best friend? I don't know. She's Southern. I don't put anything past Southern people. But I will say this. Krystal, shut up. How are you mad that Sutton said, I don't see color? When you're hanging out with Kathy Hilton, licking her boots, best friends over her house all the time, and Kathy Hilton raised Paris Hilton. And Paris Hilton was saying dropping the N word like it was bombs over Baghdad. How are you upset? If you don't shut up, Krystal, Kathy Hilton sat at a table and said, I don't see color. And Michael Jackson told me it was okay not to see color. She literally said her black friend told her that it's okay that she don't see color. And Krystal wants to sit here and let us believe that you got a problem with Sutton saying you don't feel color. I already told y'all last season with Beverly Hills, when everybody told me I was crazy, Sutton got more coin than all of them combined. And it gets on their nerves. Kathy Hilton can serve all the caviar pie she wants. Sutton can buy a whole caviar factory. And it gets on their nerves. They're jockeying for position, so they're trying to mean girl Kathy Hilton. Even the way Krystal brags about her wealth. And it's fine, Krystal, you got a cute coin. But I think it annoys you guys that Sutton got more money and more connection and is more well-known, not on TV with the pores like we are watching, but in the circles that matter, Sutton is the queen bee. And I think that's what they really got a problem about. And they want to humble her because Sutton may be queen bee in the circles that they want to get into. But here on reality TV, they're running it and they want to rub it in. I also think that Erica is a bully and she is mean and she senses that Sutton is fragile. I think Sutton really did have and this is my opinion, had a nervous breakdown. Krystal to me is insidious. Krystal with her like, I don't know what you think. Krystal, shut the hell up. That's the thing about Krystal that gets on my nerves. Krystal is not a weak person. I can tell. Krystal, you're not even a quiet person, and you have no problem expressing the way you feel. I felt Garcelle when she said you're coming off fake. Listen, I'm not saying that I'm like working, like I can do FBI personality profiles, but I'm telling you, there is something about Krystal that is so fake and phony. Hey, Mr. Rogers Neighborhood. Thank Neighborhood Watch. Thank you so much for becoming a neighborhood for the coming so a member of the Tattletales. Hey, what's up, Andrew? Andrew said, I know Sutton is loaded, but do you think she's richer than Krystal and Diana? First of all, where's Diana get her money? Let's pause because I forgot. Listen, I've been hearing rumors about Diana like for the last 8 years. Diana, no, mama. You talking about people just start vicious rumors. about, my coffee table book is an escort catalog. Now, Diana, roll it back. People do start business rumors, but lots of people have coffee table books. Please explain what was going on in your life that people saw a coffee table book and said it was an escort catalog and said that you were cool with Epstein and all this stuff. And I know she told us how she made her money, but you haven't explained where you got your wealth from. And I do know for a fact Sutton owns baseball teams. Sutton is loaded. And let me tell you something. The terms of her divorce are confidential. People think they know how much she's worth. Sutton is loaded. She is rich. Sutton buys couture. Sutton, when she goes to New York, is allowed to stay at the DMB mansion as long as she wants. Sutton is the darling on pet. Do you know how much money you have to have? I'm just saying. Diana had to go to Paris Fashion Week with Kim Kardashian, which fine, Kim this and that. But I'm just telling you, Diana is not well respected and she is not well known in those circles. That tells you a little bit about Diana's money and where she gets her money. And Diana, you're going to have to roll this back, baby. Lots of people got coffee table books. Lots of people have this. How did people make up? These rumors are too specific, Diana. And get this, I've been hearing about them for a while. Even when she got a thing, they're too specific. They're too narrowed down. Diana, they're not saying that Kathy Hilton is running. They're like, stop it, Diana. Stop it. Roll it back. Diana, Google Diana and if she knew Jeffrey Epstein. I'm just saying. Google her. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, Diana. Yeah. Listen. Exactly. Sutton is in the Hermes book. And in the first episode, when Rena introduced Sutton, they were literally in New York. I'm telling you, Sutton has more money. And that's one thing I do know about wealthy people. When they get the divorce settlements, you will never know. They don't like the poors knowing how much money they have. Because if you actually knew how much money they had and how obscene it was, you would be really, really mad with the distribution of wealth. That's why true money whispers. I don't need you to know. Money that shouts, that's the money because there's a limit to it. I need you to know I'm here. True money, that type of money that passes down generational wealth, they want it to whisper. Not because they think like, oh, I need to be elegant or classy. That's not why. Literally, read any history book. Even as far back, when people find out how much money people truly have, that's when revolution starts. Because it's fine to be abstract. Oh, you look at Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is worth how many billion? When's the last time you saw his face? He stays out of the camera because he don't want y'all to be sitting there looking hungry, being like, the prices of home just went up 3 times. How about we just take what Jeff Bezos has and then we can all have a home? Real money and wealth whispers because they don't want to be loud, because whenever they're loud, you get another French Revolution. And this happens in every country, in every nation. It just happened in Venezuela. It happens in every country, nation. Let's hope it doesn't happen in the US, but the way things are going, it might be. It might be. The Kim Kardashians can flash all their wealth, but that's why a lot of really wealthy people don't like to hang out with them, because again, you don't want people knowing how much you have. It makes people angry. It's not about being elegant. It's just, you know that you have something to lose. You start boasting. Oh my God, I just did a private jet. I just did that. Next time it's legislation about, do you think the rich should pay more taxes? You're like, hell yeah, you should pay more taxes. You see what I'm saying? Listen, I'm just saying they whisper for a reason. It's out of survival, because when they yell, eventually that shit gets taken down and redistributed. Because again, if you knew how much money these people really had, you would be disgusted with yourself. And I'm not talking about fake Simon bragging about a $7 million house and maybe a trip 2 or 3 times a year. Don't get me wrong. That's a great life to have. That's not wealth. That's middle class. First of all, to people that actually forget about wealth, for people that are rich, right? That's not even middle class. That's just like, look at the poors with your $7 million house. True wealth, or even when you're rich, I'm telling y'all, you don't need people. You're not pulling out all your cars because you don't even want the IRS in your business. Rich people were the people that invented dodging taxes. They invented tax havens. You're not pulling out your 13 cars so the IRS can be like, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Run the taxes. They know. It's not even if they're doing anything illegal or not. They just don't want the IRS in their business. You don't got to know what we got. You don't got to know that I'm dressed head to toe in Gucci. Yeah, it's Gucci on the inside label, but you don't got to know because I don't want y'all asking questions and getting in my business, because when people start asking questions, that's when problems start coming. Aside from the fact that most wealthy people are cutting corners and doing things they shouldn't be doing, right? But anyway, right? This is all I got to say. Listen, Beyonce fits right in. She is creating generational wealth, and she knows, yeah, we can see her on Instagram with true fits, but has anybody seen inside Beyonce's house? Has anybody seen, does anybody know Beyonce and Jay-Z own a yacht? Do we know if they own a plane? Do we know what cars they own? Do we know what's inside their house? Do we? All we see is cute fits on Instagram, and half of us don't even know how much they cost. And the other people that do, it's just like, oh, that's cute. We don't know nothing about Beyonce's life, and that's for a reason. Not just to keep the pores out so nobody tries to like start hating on her, but also she don't want the IRS in her business, and she ain't even doing anything illegal, but you just don't want people in your business. You're trying to pass the money on, and when you got the money, you don't gotta flaunt. You don't gotta be like, I'm living my best life. Nick, I have a TV. I have a TV by my pool. Everybody, it's a TV by my pool. Did you see that? Y'all see what I'm saying? Andrew, thank you so much for the super chat. Listen, Sutton is that girl this season. They definitely jealous of her. They're all trophy wives, but Sutton ain't as pretty, so they can't understand how she leveled up so good. You know what, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? You're on to something too. They think Sutton is undeserving. You are right. They're all trophy wives, and Sutton just looks like somebody's beautiful regular wife, right? And they don't understand. They don't understand how she leveled up and how she has more than them. But that's the thing. Sutton came from old money. Listen, her husband was literally in charge of the whole currency of Latin America. He was also in charge of extraction capitalism and what they did. But baby, she's playing in the big boys. All right. Now listen. We've all seen the listings of the house they rent in Bel Air. Okay, but that's a rental. They have tax advisors that are telling them if you're only in Bel Air for this, and that's another thing. Y'all keep saying the house they rent in Bel Air. Has anybody looked to see who actually owns that house? Because you know that an LLC or a business can buy the house and then you can actually rent. Or it could be, that's all I'm saying. The fact that they rent in Bel Air, lots of rich people rent. Renting doesn't make anything. It makes sense if it's not your primary residence and you don't know when you're going to be in and out. Or it makes sense if you want to be in. So I know rich people for a fact, wealthy people will rent in certain neighborhoods that they want to be in, but they can't buy in because the neighborhoods are so firm, nobody's selling. It's like if you want to get like a house in certain sections of Beverly Hills, good luck. It's like wanting to live on a certain section of Park Avenue in New York City. You could have $1 billion. Everybody there got money too. And they're like, I'm not selling my house. Oh, but I'll give you $5 billion. I don't care. I don't need the money. Do you know when you reach that level of wealth, you could be like, this is the family house. I would never sell. I'll give you $5 billion. Heavens no. My grandmother was raised here. That's the type of wealth I'm talking about, where they're just like, we got enough money. We don't need the $5 billion. We're not selling. There again, this is things that the poorest don't know about. There are certain areas and certain neighborhoods, no matter how much money, you can't buy into unless somebody sells. And if somebody's not selling, you're out of luck, but you still want to be in there. Rich people rent, but they rent differently than we do. We're doing credit checks and crossing fingers, and somebody gets evicted because no. They're doing the big thing, right? Yeah. Listen, so let's get into this Beverly Hills mess. Let's go back into the review. But anyway, I will say this. Krystal is insidious. The way she's like, I don't know what to say, Krystal. I can tell Krystal, all right. First of all, Krystal, you are, and I hate to use this term because it's so corny. Krystal is an alpha female, but that's the thing with different things. Different people use different ways to establish dominance. There are some people that come in and be like, yo, let me tell you what's coming up. Let me tell you what's going on. Everybody, stand up. I'm talking to you. There's some people when they establish dominance, they come in full swinging. There's other people when they establish dominance are like, hi, nice to meet you. My name's Tisa. What's your name? Let's be friends. There's other people when they establish dominance, they do it by inspiring the people around them to be their best. They establish dominance by being kingmakers. They build up the people around them and make them shine. There's real power in that. They're all different. They're all alpha personalities, but they establish their power in different ways. But make no mistake, they all have a need for dominance. Krystal is that type of person where you have a need to dominate. You are an alpha, but the way you dominate is by playing victim, by playing, can you speak for me? But you're pulling the strings the whole time. Krystal, I see you for your works. You're super, super insidious. And to sit here and try to act like you got, first of all, I don't know if Sutton said it. Again, she's from the South. I don't put anything past anybody from the South. But I will say, you sitting there and you got a problem with what what Sutton might have said when you are friends with Kathy Hilton, who raised one of the biggest, in my opinion, one of the biggest racists out there, Paris Hilton. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up, Krystal. You are so phony and fake, because there's no way you became that close to Kathy Hilton and not seen casual racism. Now, maybe it wasn't toward Asian people, but you saw casual racism, because literally Google Paris Hilton and her racist past and see what comes up with it. Man, shut up. Listen, it's weird and sad that Krystal has to act like that, but I think that's how Krystal establishes her dominance. I see Krystal for her works. I see her. It's like, Krystal, shut up. Every time she even talks, in the way she's like, And Sutton was on one when Sutton was like, no, you apologize. You say it right here and there. Do you know why I think Sutton did that? Sutton and Krystal are the same person. And Sutton sees Krystal for her works. And she knows that Krystal will keep hiding in the shadows. And that's why she called her out and said, say you won't do it again. Because she also knows the way Krystal plays that game. Once she says she doesn't want to do something, once she says she'll do something, she'll actually do it because she needs to look good in the eyes of everyone else. I'm telling you, Sutton called her out in her great game. I do want to say this though, right? What happened with Krystal and her friends? And my head keeps going back to Diana and her coffee table book that she's like, it's such tragic rumor. I don't know why somebody said that. You don't know why? All the people in the world, and they literally made that rumor around you. Shut up, Diana. Just shut up. I will say this. I don't understand why everybody gaslights Sutton so much. Sutton is finding her voice. And again, she's on one. But the fact that they literally turned that table into who's going to cry the most. Sutton leaves. I need some air. I know why. Diana is really... I see her for her works too. I don't like insidious people. I don't. If you come and be like, I hate you, I can deal with that. Be upfront. I don't like insidious people. Diana is insidious too. Diana, and this is why I think some of the rumors about her might be true, is very good at reading people. She's very good at filling out the soft spots of people. People that often prey on people are really good at filling out the soft spots. Very good. You have to have, and I'm not saying Diana is, but let's just say you're trafficking. You have to be very good at filling out the soft spots of people, the damaged parts of them. And like, not just devouring them, but eating them slowly, kind of making them feel like you're trying to help them, getting people to be the most vulnerable and expose the soft spots. And you're very good at, even when someone exposes the soft spots of them, you can tell where the pain that originated with that soft spot, right? And I think when Sutton said that, I don't like people shouting and I don't like this, I think Diana, because she's very good at doing that, was like, oh, you probably grew up in an abusive household, maybe father, maybe husband. Was it mother? Maybe not mother. You grew up in a very abusive household. It kind of broke you. You tried to be perfect and hold it together because you felt like you deserved it. And at a certain point, you cracked and it all fell apart, Sutton. And you probably experienced some type of nervous breakdown. It was probably, listening to Sutton some more, this is my thing. It was probably when your husband left you. He probably didn't leave quietly. He probably was always mentally and maybe physically abusive. And when he finally did leave you, he completely destroyed you and literally told you the truth about yourself, the truth that you've been trying to hide from, coupled with the fact that your father actually committed suicide. And this is also, and when you did it with the gun, that's a very violent way to do it. It shows that he had a lot of anger toward the people around him and you found him. Yeah, okay, I see what's going on. Diana seems she's really good at like just even taking the few things Sutton said and piecing it together to kind of get a profile of her personality. Like, okay, Sutton, I see what's going on. Diana saw that just like I saw that about Sutton. It's obvious. It's like what I'm saying is not profound. It's there. It's just most people are too busy with their lives to put those little pieces together. So I know Diana was like, and Diana probably had more talks with Sutton and even found out more like, okay, I see where all your soft spots were. And when Sutton was like, I'm talking, let me talk, instead of meeting her head on, Diana did something really insidious. And it was such a turn of evil art that you literally poked her in that soft spot, hit her in that soft spot in broad daylight so that she looked like she was crazy and you looked like you were just saying something innocuous. The way she looked at her and said, but you said you don't like being people raising your voice. And look at you. And the way that completely took Sutton aback. And everybody's just like, oh my God, Sutton's crazy. And I was like, Sutton's not crazy. You knew what that comment meant. You knew why she didn't like being people raising their voice, because probably she's been in an abusive, mentally, maybe even physical relationship. I think both. You know that she's also very fragile. And you know that the one thing, because you can tell by the way Sutton talks, Mama is in therapy probably 8 days a week. I don't even know how she's doing it, but Mama's in therapy probably 8 days a week. And you knew that when you said that, Sutton being in therapy that much, because you can tell by the way she talks, she's working on herself. She's trying to be the best version, that you literally horrified her because you literally said you're becoming the person you most hate. You're becoming an abuser yourself. And the way that she did that so cleverly, and she hit all those soft spots, all those fears, all those worries, all everything in broad daylight, and literally reduced Sutton and took her on Sutton. That's why Sutton was like, I need a minute, because the walls were crashing in. Again, I do think the Sutton suffered from some type of psychological break in the last 3, maybe at most 5 years, but it's still fresh and she's still healing from it and she's rebuilding. Diana knew that. And I saw by that smirk on her face, she knew. And when she did that, I was like, I believe all the rumors about you because you're too good at finding the soft spots. You're too good at it. And you're too good at being so clever at literally basically psychologically abusing someone in broad daylight and nobody even being the wiser. You're too good at it, Diana. So anyway, Sutton freaked out like she should have. That was sad. And then Diana thought, because Garcelle was looking at her like, I see what you did. Garcelle saw it too, right? Kyle, you know that's Kyle's forte. Kyle was like, bitch, we saw you. So Diana, for a second, was like, wait, did they see me? And there was a thing at the table where everybody was looking at her like, right? Because Sutton's upset and this and that. So in their minds, they're like, wait, what's going on? Diana saw that literally people were starting to be like, wait, what you just do, Diana? What did you just do, right? And Diana started crying at the table because when all else fails, people that are emotionally manipulative and emotionally abusive, when they're women, when all else fails, turn the tears on. Yeah, Diana, she's insidious. She is insidious. The only thing is with Krystal, I feel like Krystal wants to be an alpha. She is an alpha, but I feel like Krystal wants to establish dominance, but she wants to do it in a certain way. But I think Krystal, if she is being mean, there's nothing behind it. She's just being a BI, she's just being a ish. That's what I think. Diana's different though. Diana is insidious. I do think that she means people harm. And there is a cruelty that flashes across her eyes sometimes, and it comes out in her voice sometimes. There's a cruelty there that usually I can tell when you talk to someone or hear somebody talk. Most people can, right? I'm not saying anything profound. But ever since I was little, when people talk, I can sense how dark they can go, if that makes any sense. I can actually see the floor of their cruelty. And listen, people can be cruel. I'm not saying everybody's about it, but there's something about Diana that scares me because when she talks and you can't tell where the baseline of her cruelty is, which makes me think her cruelty has no bounds, which makes me think you're dangerous. Krystal can just be a mean girl. You're dangerous, Diana. I don't know. Diana, let's see where it goes. Or what comes up. There's just something with Diana. That's what it is. Diana gives me dark energy. And I know I sound like I'm being dramatic, but Diana gives me dark energy. I'm just saying she gives me, thank you. Ultraviolet said, Exactly. You saw it too. How are you crying 1 minute, then saying you wanted to head better the next? And you saw Kyle. Kyle, listen, one of the reasons Kyle is so good at becoming queen bee, she's very good at sensing like what people's boundaries are or like what they're capable of. Did you see when she said that and Kyle just looked like it scared her, just like she's like, I just wanted to headbutt her. Again, when you see that dichotomy, when you see people and something doesn't match, pay attention to that. Because the thing that doesn't match, that's the real them. That stuff that you see, all you see what I'm saying? Now, I'm not talking about if you push somebody to their limit or you're in an argument or you're mad. That's different, right? Because everybody comes out of character. I'm talking about like out the blue, the way I might be like, yes, I know, rainbows and lollipops. And then a waiter comes by and I'll be like, hey, I said I wanted sparkling water. What the F is this? Get this out of the way. And then I'm like, yeah, so anyway, I just really want everybody to get along. When you see things like that, even if it's just a little bit, the things that kind of make you be like, huh, that was weird. Pay attention to that because that's somebody's mask cracking. When she said she wanted to headbutt her the next, girl, stop it. Listen, that's a funny thing. Diana doesn't like Sutton because Erica said so. She's following her lead. I think it's deeper than that. First of all, Erica gets on my damn nerves this season. Erica is like, girl, Sutton said it, girl, worry about your own damn case. And I love the way when everybody was comforting Diana, Garcelle was like, I can't take this mess. She literally was like, pass the popcorn shrimp. I can't take this mess. Can I get another margarita? Thank you. She couldn't take it because she was with me like, this is so Twilight Zone, right? But also, I don't even think Diana is following Erica's lead. I think that Diana has a level of cruelty. And I know I'm being so dramatic, but I think it's like a vampire. Some people are cruel because you did them wrong. Some people are cruel because you hurt them. Diana is cruel because it's fun to her. Diana reminds me a little bit about a vampire. Why does a vampire kill? Well, vampire kills because it needs to survive. Vampire needs the blood. But also vampires think it's fun. And even when they're not hungry, and even when they don't need to feed, and even when they don't need it for survival, vampires go out and feed because it makes them feel good. Diana likes being cruel. And I think whenever she finds socially acceptable ways to express her cruelty, it's almost like a monster being able to like, that felt good. I feel like when Diana finds socially acceptable ways to express her cruelty, I think it delights her. I think she feels good. I think she loves it. She just can't be cruel for no reason. But when she saw everybody piling on Sutton, and then of course her anger flared up, she delighted in the fact that she could be cruel to Sutton. I just think that's Diana, right? Listen, now what's the stuff with Krystal, right? What's the stuff with Krystal? Because that's another thing with Krystal. Here's the thing with Krystal. When she said all 14 of her friends dropped her, I was of two minds. And I got to be honest with you. I really wanted to know what was the racial makeup of the friends. Okay. I know. Listen, hear me out. I literally said, what was the racial makeup of those friends? Because I've known people to be in situations where when you're the only person of your race and everybody else is a different race, that the group turns its back on you and shuns you all at once. Not for anything that you did necessarily, just because they didn't really like you in the first place and they was just waiting for you to mess up. And finally you got on their last nerve and they didn't have to be nice to you anymore. I want to know what the racial makeup of the friends were, because if they were all one race and Krystal was another, I do believe maybe they were tripping and Krystal didn't do anything. They were just sick of her ass and decided to be mean. But if it was mixed company, Krystal, what'd you do? What if 14 people stopped talking to you all at once? What did you do, Krystal? Did you and this is why I think Krystal plays that, I don't know, can somebody help me? I think that's why she plays that. Because I think when Krystal really flexes and when she gets comfortable and when she lets her little monster out, I think that's when her alpha stuff comes out and a little monster comes out. Again, I'm not saying she's mean-spirited. I just think that she has a need to dominate and she desperately wants to control. And she's very strategic about the way she goes about it. It's no problem. Everybody tries to get dominance different ways. It's all in the personality type. But it's like Garcelle sees Krystal for who she is. She sees her for her works. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Listen, also, Sutton is the easiest thing, right? We saw what happened to Noella. Oh, that's a good one, Andrew. We saw what happened to Noella of Real Housewives of OC last season, and that's what Krystal is afraid of. You know what? Because let me tell you something. Remember that smirk she had when she was like, I mean, lots of people Rob knows where it was accused of Me Too. Didn't affect us. Girl, if everybody your band's hanging around with got accused of that, you sure, Rob? Well, I'm just saying. Let me not stop, right? Again, Sutton is the easiest to accuse of anything. Sutton is mentally fragile. She is. She's the easiest to accuse of anything because she's mentally fragile. Sutton is in her, like, I don't even know how to describe it, but Sutton is literally like in her head most of the time, right? That's all Krystal does do is get doe-eyed and weepy and then speak in circles. Well, you know, if that's the way you feel. And Sutton was like, because Sutton and Krystal are the same person, different sides of the coin. What you mean if that's the way I feel? Did you apologize or not? And Erica, give her a chance to apologize. Huh? Erica, shut up and take off those damn sunglasses. You look stupid. What is going on with Erica's glam? I guess she is drunk most of the season. I don't know. Listen. All I know is Krystal, I see you for your works. Diana is scary. Sutton, I'm loving the Garcelle Sutton thing, right? Yes, I'm loving this Garcelle Sutton thing. And you guys, listen, I have to go. Let me know in the comments if you guys want me to recap next week. We might even split it up as a drama starts coming up with Dubai and do one Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, one Real Housewives of Dubai. But regardless, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. And and don't forget, this Sunday, Real Housewives of Atlanta, and the Saturday, Love and Marriage Huntsville. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.